but I'll knock him out. It's much different. I will put him to sleep. He's very tenacious and tries to come at you, but I will catch him back.
Keep my belt warm. I'm ready.
Conor Benn is not scary at all. He's not intimidating. He don't feel like anything like a threat. He's going to come over here to the US and get his ass spanked.
More motivated now than ever. First fight back to 147, 150. I'm ready to drop back down to 147 and get that world title. Get what belongs to me. Keep that belt warm, Garcia. Coming through.
147 is going to be a little tough for him, but if he wants to fight Ryan, let's make it. Let's go. I'm ready.
Cashing out for the Ryan Garcia fight, and you know it's
you can't make way. You're gonna get knocked out in one round. You gonna do that to the kid? I don't know, bro. I think Ryan stops him maybe 4 or 5 rounds at 47. Only because it's also probably because of the weight cut too. Yeah. You know, it's a combination of both. Ryan is way better than him to begin with, but then you also got the bad weight cut you're gonna deal with. I don't know, bro. That doesn't sound like a good recipe for me, in my opinion, for Conor. I don't know if that's the right fight for him.
Ryan Garcia has signaled his willingness to take on Conor Benn, expressing clear excitement about the matchup and stating that he's ready to make it happen, saying, "I'm down. Garcia versus Benn. Let's do it." Following his statement victory at Sufa Boxing, Benn quickly responded by calling Garcia out directly, showing he's eager for a high-profile showdown, and insisting that after moving back to his natural weight, he's fully prepared to make the fight next.
Let's fight back down to my natural weight in 3 years. Garcia, keep my belt warm. I'm ready. We can run it next. No doubt. Let's have it any day of the week and twice on Sundays. Let's do it next. Come on. Let's go. What are you saying? Yeah? Garcia next or what? Come on. Let's go.
Ryan Garcia has openly welcomed a potential clash with Conor Benn, describing it as a major fight and making it clear he's willing to move forward with it. He also expressed confidence in his ability to compete at the highest level, showing no hesitation when it comes to facing top-tier opposition.
A huge fight. I'm down for him to come over here and we could throw down, you know, very open to fighting the best, and I want to fight anybody and everybody who the fans want, and I like my chances.
Conor Benn responded strongly to Ryan Garcia, expressing full belief that he would come out on top if they meet and pushing for the fight to be made next with a WBC title angle in mind. He referenced Garcia's past performances and insisted he has what it takes to win convincingly, while also questioning Garcia's recent activity level in major bouts. Benn added that if the matchup happens, he expects to be an improved version of himself and claims he could be ready to step in within weeks, reinforcing his demand. Let's run it.
Of course he calls me out now. He's a coward. He probably thinks, how's Conor looking at 147, 150 in 4 years? You know, he weren't calling me out for the past 2 years, was he? Where's he been? You know, while I've been vocal and actively chasing that fight. It's cowardly, but you know, he can get it next, and he'll get a better version of me. I mean, I've done what I needed to do in there tonight. I ran out on 6 weeks' notice, a weight I haven't made in 4 years.
Eddie Hearn has described a potential matchup between Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn as one of the most significant fights in the sport, stressing its huge global interest and suggesting it could attract massive traveling support, even estimating that around 15,000 fans could follow it to Las Vegas, calling it a true blockbuster. At the same time, Benn has pushed for the WBC to order the fight before his scheduled bout with Regis, framing it as a stadium-level clash and one of the biggest opportunities available for him at welterweight, which he believes would turn into a major event in boxing.
That's why I'd love to see the WBC order the fight between me and Garcia, because I think I've got this fight and maybe one more fight left at welterweight. I think me and Ryan does a stadium. I think me and Haney could do a stadium. I think me and Rolly would be an O2, 25,000, 20,000. I'm sitting here just focused on Regis. I mean, I've got my hands full, but yes, I'm in a lovely position. I'd love to see the WBC order me versus Garcia. I know this is my first fight back down at 147 in 2 years, 2.5, 3 years even, you know, but ultimately I'd love to see the WBC order that because it's an absolutely monstrous fight.
Meanwhile, Oscar de la Hoya has expressed openness to a possible showdown between Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia, suggesting that Benn did not look as explosive or physically sharp as he had in earlier outings. He also noted that there seems to be no major barrier to making the fight happen and indicated he would be in favor of moving it forward toward reality.
How do you think that fight looked? Did you see Conor fight earlier today?
I did see him fight, and look, Conor's Conor. I didn't see him as active or as fresh when he fought Eubanks. He looked better. He looked stronger. He looked fresh. He looked energetic.
She's waiting on them.
147 is going to be a little tough for him, but if he wants to fight Ryan, let's make it. Let's go. I'm ready.
Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn has been described as a major potential clash, with both fighters viewed as powerful, fast, and dangerous punchers who bring exciting, dynamic styles to the ring. It has also been suggested that discussions are already in progress, with the possibility of the bout taking place in late summer or early autumn, potentially even with a WBC title involved. Garcia is also noted as not being a small physical presence, which adds further intrigue to how the matchup could play out.
Ryan Garcia, not considered a small guy. We know Conor Benn is not considered a small guy. Both of these guys are big punchers. Both of these guys got speed. Both of these guys are dynamic. I cannot wait to see both of those guys share the ring together and fight for the WBC title, with Ryan Garcia being the defending WBC champion. And I want to say this too. I know there's going to be a few of you guys jumping in the comments talking about PEDs and stuff like that with Conor Benn and his background, but he was fine, innocent of all those allegations. Ryan Garcia and the Osterine thing, regardless, they both are fighting for the WBC title, meaning that VADA is a mandatory. They will be VADA tested. They both must sign up for VADA and all that shit, so don't worry about that. So listen, exclusively to the War Room, it has been confirmed. Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn has already started their negotiations. I do not see there being an issue with this fight happening. Expect this fight to happen at the beginning of fall, end of summer. I'm thinking even as early as end of...
Shobi suggested the matchup between Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn could even happen as early as the end of summer, adding that there appears to be very little standing in the way of it being finalized. He pointed out that Benn is currently a free agent after a short-term agreement, which makes negotiations more flexible, and noted that both fighters are in position to earn significant paydays, meaning the financial incentive alone could strongly push the bout toward reality.
There's not going to be much that's going to get in the way of this fight happening. You think Zuffa? Conor Benn is a free agent now. That was confirmed by his manager. So Conor Benn is no longer with Zuffa. It was just a one-fight deal. And speaking of one-fight deal, they're both big bag fighters. Conor Benn making that bag against Chris Eubank 2 damn times, and now a $15 million fight. You see both of those guys riding them foreign.
Before any potential Conor Benn clash comes together, the more realistic matchup being discussed is a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia. Both fighters have already exchanged callouts, and many within the sport appear more intrigued by this pairing. Garcia has been openly critical of Stevenson's confidence and fighting approach, labeling him overly cautious and questioning whether he takes enough high-level risks. He has also downplayed Stevenson's star appeal, even contrasting him with all-time greats such as Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Bro, everybody wants to see you, but you don't bring no money to the table, so why would anybody want to see you? You're not like that, bro. We watch all your fights. You run and you run and you run and you run. You almost lost to Edwin De Los Santos. You didn't even throw one punch. Timmy Bradley is sucking your dick every time he gets a chance, bro. You are a bum, bro. You're Shakura Twitterson, bro. You're nothing, bro. You're just a guy that's boxing. Bro, he's not that good, bro. He's good, but he ain't great. He can't put up That's great. I respect it, bro. I'm saying at the end of the day, bro, he's good, but he ain't great. Great could do offense and defense. You can't just do defense. Like Mayweather didn't just do defense, he did offense and...
Shakur Stevenson responded to the criticism from Ryan Garcia by pushing back on his technical abilities, questioning how complete his skill set really is. He argued that Garcia relies heavily on his left hook and suggested that once that punch is taken away, much of his effectiveness drops, implying that his offensive arsenal may not be as diverse or adaptable as it appears.
And Garcia.
Not beating me either.
Taller.
Not beating me either.
Faster.
Not beating me
More
either.
power. How would you beat Ryan Garcia?
I think he's very overrated.
Overrated?
If a guy loses to Rolly that way, the way that I saw him lose to Rolly, all Rolly did was take away his left hook. That means clearly that's all he got. He better sharpen up his weapons before he get in the ring with me.
Ryan Garcia responded forcefully to comments from Shakur Stevenson, using sharp words to assert that he believes he would dominate the matchup in the ring and leave no doubt about the outcome. He framed the potential fight as an opportunity to make a strong statement, saying he would look to outclass Stevenson and prove himself in decisive fashion.
We'll just beat him, and I just think that everybody thinks he's just some savant in the ring, and I'm just here to take that away. That's pretty much what it is. They thought Devin Haney was the same way. He's unbeatable. That's what Eddie Hearn said, right? And then went and beat his ass. Same thing with Shakur. I know people are saying he's pound for pound, this and that, but I don't see it. He gonna have to prove it. I beat him in the amateurs. I'll beat him again, and I will hurt him. You don't understand me? Like, I will humble him in ways that he's never been humbled before. And that's it. Point blank period. I want to fight.
Ryan Garcia continued his criticism of Shakur Stevenson, focusing on his attitude and public persona, describing him as overly arrogant and saying his manner of speaking often feels disrespectful and irritating, which has further intensified the tension between them.
He does talk like really arrogant shit, and he is a little bit like that in person. You know, ever since amateurs, just walking around like, you know, his shit don't stink, and it pisses me off. Like, I was in Vegas one day talking to his friend Keyshawn. We were having a great time, great conversation. I simply said, "Hey, yo, Shakur, come over, blah, blah, blah." He goes and just looks at me and goes, "Nah, you gotta come over here." Like some arrogant shit. I'm like, bro, what is that? We're all just trying to, you know, figure shit out. You know, it's just like, you don't gotta act like that.
Terrence Crawford weighed in on a potential clash between Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia, suggesting the matchup might not turn out as closely contested as many fans expect. He highlighted Stevenson's strengths, pointing to his jab, defensive movement, ring awareness, distance control, and overall.
When it comes to Shakur is not a Barrios.
Right.
You know, Shakur got a jab. Shakur got a head movement. Shakur got defense. Shakur knows range. Shakur have good legs. So I look at that fight like it's not going to be as a competitive fight like everybody think, because if Ryan get careless, he's going to get countered all day.
If he gets careless, I think he'll fight very different than he fought with Barrios. I think
he's got to.
Barrios just couldn't keep up with the speed. I mean, Ryan's speed is extraordinary. He relies on it a lot, but I mean, that's not a knock. That's just like, if you had it, everybody should rely on that. Man, that
Shakur's
speed
not
is
slow.
nuts. Shakur's a different animal.
That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
different. Well, a lot of people thought Devin Haney was different, though, right? A lot of people thought Devin Haney was going to give him real problems. When he dropped Devin early with a left hook, everybody was like, "Oh, this is
footwork," while implying that those qualities could give him a clear advantage. Crawford ultimately expressed the view that, despite the hype, the fight may not be as competitive as people believe going in.